Secondly, I'd like to speak to you today about the families that we have been dealing with that are living in their cars, that are homeless, that are couch surfing because they have either been foreclosed on or because their utility bill has reverted to the landlord's account, which is a no-no, but it's something that happens with large apartment complexes. These families are turned away and evicted because of the bills that are accumulating for a number of reasons. Many of these families are disabled, working poor, they're working part-time, they're working minimum wage jobs, they're field workers, they're paying their taxes, they're the elderly, they're the poor. So when they are evicted, they have to find a house to live in, or a car to live in, or a van to live in. And what we have found in working with our families is when somebody begins to couch surf, that means a relative has taken them in for a number of days, maybe a week or two, and that particular family that has taken them in may need help with their electric bill. If for some reason the person that is couch surfing tries to help them pay the bill, and Black Hills Energy finds out that they are living with another family and they have an open large account, they add those accounts together because the person is receiving the benefit of the electricity and they owed them something. We have had families who have been through divorce and have had bills maybe from 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that have gone into the collection department of the old Aquila, now taken over by Black Hills Energy, and because their social security number pops up, and it pops up again on a lease for an apartment that they might be in, that bill is still retroactively made current. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Black Hills Energy will require a lease agreement on families where they suspect that there are more than one or two people living in the house that have outstanding accounts. I don't understand what this greed is all about, but the bills are keeping our families from living in safe, protected areas. This is wrong, and there needs to be a change. We as a community need to understand that when something happens in your life, you have a death, you have a child who's sick, you might not be able to pay these exorbitant fees that are extracted from us. And there needs to be some understanding by the rules and the policies of a utility company that these families need to be worked with. It can't just be the pushing of a button on a computer and turning off the person's electricity. There has to be a human contact and element, which is totally missing at this point in the help that we're getting from this company. So, if there's anything that I would share with you today is we are in a pickle here in our county. It's not getting better, it's getting worse, and even though there was a 2-week moratorium when the weather was so cold, for those people who were in shut-off mode, there was no moratorium for the people who were already shut off. And that's something that we can never seem to find out. But we have a family that was living in Rocky Ford that had been without electricity since April of last year. They're never counted. They owe a bill so big they can never get their electricity back on. And so they're using somebody else's electricity with extension cords. This is wrong. We live in a society where we are in a first world country. We should act like we're in a first world country, and utilities are necessary for our lives. We should not be punished because we need electricity for refrigeration and for heat. We should not be punished for that. Thank you.